and less breaking of the game. Alright, this time I'm not going to fuck around with the resolution. I tried it a little bit while we were off screen and nothing really worked. I am going to turn on fogging, weather, and sky detail, however. We're going to need higher mouse sensitivity, I can already tell you that. Now if we go to... if we go to audio...
Left, right.
Turn acceleration on, we'll crank our channels up to max, which is 48. Game, attach ladders, jump, auto search bodies, off. We'll turn it on. Bow zoom on. I like goal notification on. I like to leave auto equip off. Try clicking hardware acceleration twice. Oh, yeah. Open AL. EAX setting on. Neat. Ooh. Ooh. That already sounds spiffier. I like it. Okay. We watched the intro. Tech issues are resolved. Let's go. Of course we play on Expert. And of course we're going to play the training mission. But let me get to a quieter spot, and then I'll go over the ghost rules. The essence of balance is detachment. To embrace a cause, to grow fond or spiteful, is to lose one's balance. After which, no action can be trusted. Our burden is not for the dependent of spirit. Manor, third keeper.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Follow the directions of your instructor in order to pass the training tests. So, I'm going to be trying to Supreme Ghost all the missions I can. And what that basically means is you have to be flat out totally undetected by all the AIs at all times. You have to leave everything the way that you found it, to the extent possible, except for loot. So, if you pickpocket a key, you've got to drop it back on the guard's patrol route. If you open a door, you have to shut it. You have to return everything to the way that it was when you walked in. Obviously, can't incapacitate or kill any of the AIs. There are a few other rules, too. You can't purchase any gear prior to missions. And if, on top of all of that, you also want to get all the loot, that's called a perfect Supreme Ghost. I am of the mind that getting everything is more important than failing, or than adhering. Getting everything is more important than successfully adhering to all the ghost rules, so I will accept a lot of ghost busts if they're necessary in order to get everything in the mission. You're not allowed to use potions, and you're not allowed to use Dark Engine exploits. So, for example, my infamous strategy in Crag's Cleft is not in line with the Supreme Ghost rules, because waiting for enemies to idle off into corners is taking advantage of a Dark Engine glitch, which you're not supposed to do. I can't put out torches, can't alter the environment in any way. It's designed to be extremely, extremely difficult, and there are a lot of missions where you simply cannot do it. But we are gonna do our best. Let's go.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to live stream waiting for 12 hours, so I will probably just go ahead and make noise and bait them away. Oh yeah, let's check our map, because we get a map at the start of every mission. Keeper compound, library, training halls, courtyard, obstacle course. Oh, I lost some people with my tech issues. Darn. That's okay, though. Maybe they'll come back. I don't see Walter Tater. That's who I'm missing. But I love all of you who are here. Thank you so much for that. Oh, gotta hurry. Gotta get in the hallway before he gets back. There we go.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
Set up a tent for the Crag's Cleft run. I did the 5 hours of something before it was cool. Yes, I did. Because I am just that crazy about Thief. When I reinstalled it on GOG last night, it told me I have not played Thief in over a year, and I thought to myself, that is way too fucking long. So I'm really happy to be back playing my favorite game of all time.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
You know what, St. Louis? I also needed this tonight, and I'm really glad you made it.
Good. Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
Yeah, I have never played it with the EAX as many times as I have played it, and I've got a headset that's good enough to do like surround sound. This is amazing. We've taken my Thief experience up another notch, which I wasn't sure was possible. Me too, dude. Thank you for the suggestion.
Now you must learn to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
Isn't it DLF? And that didn't last very long, the whole Dark Age of Camelot idea, but that
Very
is how it
good.
started.
I did not hear you traverse the room.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
Got my barrel of coffee. We're all set. You know, it might actually be half a gallon, Alex. Something like that. One of your closest friends, a coworker, tested positive for COVID, but your friend's test came back negative. That's a big relief. One of my uncles has COVID, and he's in Georgia, which is a very, very bad place to have it.
Now get your weapons. To pick
There's
up
nothing live out here.
objects,
We can make all
select
the
them
notes
by
we want.
centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword, and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice. Ready your bow. Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets.
Well, I mean, non-metric measurements are pretty fucking stupid. It's about 1.5 liters if you want the metric measurement.
Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
Oh, dude, I'm well aware you can get to that balcony. Is that what you're wanting me to do? Way ahead of you, bro. I did this years ago.
Swing at the target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button
for whatever
down,
reason,
and
you
then
can
release
mantle
for
that
an
tree.
overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy.
Oh, look, we on the balcony. There's nothing up here, but we there. Actually, if you really want to play around with glitches, this is kind of cool. So I'm going to save here and I'm going to restart the mission just to show you this. You ever heard of NPC jumping?
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various
Garrett,
skills
don't
you will
talk about
need
the
to
reboot.
survive.
We don't
Please
discuss
stay in
the
the entrance
reboot
area
here.
to
Not
each
while we're
room
playing
while
the
I
real
explain
ones.
the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
Have you guys ever heard of NPC jumping? You're going to like this.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
Oh yeah, we're back.
Well done.
We're back and
I
we're
did
in
not see you
business.
approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
So this is one of the best Dark Engine glitches there is. So, it's hard to make it work exactly right, but basically, you play around leaning around an NPC like this, and Garrett launches off into a particular direction. If you do it right, and you perfectly time a jump, I'm not gonna like kludge it long enough to actually make it happen, because that can take hours, but, so like, watch, I lean around him, and then I let go of the lean key and start to run or jump or whatever, and see how I launch. So if you jump, like, if I've seen people who are really, really good at it, who have like taken the time and the energy to like master this. Oh, there was a good one. But essentially, the idea is that what you can ultimately manage to do if you play around with this long enough is you can perfectly time a jump and slingshot yourself up into those balconies. There's nothing up there either, but it is possible to do, and I've done it before, and it's pretty cool. Alright, this is the only time we're required to deal damage the entire game. Both side slashes and the overhead swing. Oops. Fuck that up. I don't want to deal more damage than I have to. Like I said in my very first playthrough, if it comes down to breaking the ghost by receiving damage or dealing damage, I'm a pacifist at heart. I choose to receive damage. So that's what we're going to do with our sparring partner. Oh yeah.
Good job. You're ready for...
Yeah, we have well, no, we haven't busted it yet, because both Ghost and Supreme allow exceptions for objectives. Like, if your mission objective itself breaks a rule, it doesn't bust it. So, technically, attacking the training dummy and even sparring with your sparring partner don't bust the ghost, because what are we doing? Oh, that's right. We are following the directions of our instructor in order to pass the training test. So I realize you're messing with me, Alex, but you'd be amazed how the level of arguments people used to get in on TTLG about this stuff. But there was pretty universal consensus that if an objective literally requires you to do something that would be a rule violation, that's excused. And so that's the case both with the sparring and with the practice dummy.
For a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the cobbled sparring area.
You know, I think as brilliant as this game is, it's just a damn shame it came out the same year as Half-Life. I think if it hadn't been overshadowed by Half-Life, which, let's be real, was also a truly amazing game, I think it would have gotten a lot more notice and a lot more traction. I wish it had come out a year earlier or a year later. can block, but there's no need for that. So I'm just going to let him wail on me until it's over. I prefer that, given the option of hurting him.
That! Take that!
You know, DLF, I imagine if this game had achievements, it would probably be a lot like the achievements in Dishonored.
That's enough sparring for today. Please walk over to the table.
Alright.
Would
We
you
need to
care
get
for
this
some
key.
refreshment before we move on, young Garrett? Please
need to
pick up all
place
of the
ourselves
items on this table.
Inside this hallway before he passes under that arch. Yeah, Tater, no. I mean, the game's graphics, they're a mixed bag, right? The Dark Engine, like, this was the first Dark Engine game. The only others that I'm really aware of are Thief 2 and System Shock 2. Those were the three big Dark Engine games. Models in the Dark Engine, like character models, obviously just look terrible. Even by 1998 standards, which is saying something. But I will also say that the architecture in particular, like when we get out of this training mission and we actually get out into the city and we start exploring more actual levels, like the Dark Engine was really, really, really good for environments and really, really terrible for characters. I too would like to see them upgraded, Tater. I think that would be fabulous. Like I said, if I don't really think that if you don't already have love for it, like if you didn't play it when it came out, I think it would be fairly difficult to get into it at this point. I'd recommend it to people who are really, really interested in stealth games and immersive sims, but generally speaking, I understand that it's a little bit too dated for a lot of people to get into. But I keep saying it, even though it's a spiritual sequel and not a literal one, Dishonored really, really is a worthy successor to this game. And when those people went and joined Arcane to start working on Dishonored, they even said, like, on the Through the Looking Glass message boards, they were like, well, look, we obviously don't have the rights to actually make a Thief game, but we're gonna make a spiritual sequel to Thief. And that's what they did. So here we are in the hidden basketball court. Rory! Rory's gonna be lurking while he chats with his lovely girlfriend, Morgan. Rory's a lovely person, too. They're both wonderful. If you're not following Talktopus, I know I've said this before, Rory's great. He's really engaging. He's a fellow traveler, a kindred spirit of sorts. He's really into the same kind of games I am. He's really, really knowledgeable about every game he plays on his stream. He can do deep dives into Elder Scrolls lore at like the drop of a hat. If you like my channel, you will have a great time following Rory, because we are just so similar, like in the way we think about and play games, in the way we discuss games, and the kind of games that we like, and the way we approach both the games themselves and streaming them. Rory's awesome sauce. Go follow him. You won't regret it. So in the secret basketball court, it's always good to make a basket, just for Taylul's. First try. The enemies that make stealth unintuitive, like the spiders and fire elementals. Well, that's let me talk about that, Cynic. Let me take a drink first. I largely disagree with that assessment. I've noticed, and don't take this as an attack. I don't mean it that way. And I realize that the spiders are actually glitched, and that's a different story. But for some reason, a lot of people who play these games, they get sneaking past the humans, but for some reason when they run into a non-human enemy, which I guess one of the big differences is that even on expert, you're allowed to kill the non-human enemies and it doesn't create a failure state, but like some kind of switch flips and everybody just feels compelled to destroy all of the undead and to kill all of the fire elementals and to kill all of the spiders. But you can sneak around the non-human enemies just as well as you can the human enemies. I actually do empathize with the compulsion, but because I definitely had it the first couple times I played, but I find it really, really rewarding to ghost an undead mission. Like, sneaking past the hammer haunts in Return to the Cathedral it's just because they're so much more terrifying than the human enemies. It's so much more thrilling and engaging, and doing it is super satisfying too. Anyway, one of the things, and I realize I'm in a vocal but pretty small minority when I say this, I hated that Thief 2 got rid of the undead. And basically, it was either humans or those freaking robots, and that was it. Like, I loved the variety of opponents that existed in Thief 1, and came to love them even more when I discovered ghosting and started trying to do it. Anyway, let's do the quote scroll. Always gotta do the quote scroll. It's a bedroll, but we use it, and suddenly... Quotes from the Dark Team during the development of Thief the Dark project. Chris, I don't feel like a nut. Earlier I had no choice. Mock, I should do work. Someone bring me my computer. Tom, you know you're lucky I'm not wearing a G-string. Chris, yeah, well, it's better to suck half as much. Greg, than never to have sucked at all. Now, I'm gonna throw in a bit of knowledge about the Looking Glass diaspora as we go through this developer list. Greg is Greg Lopiccolo, who would go on to work at Valve on a little franchise called Half-Life. But he got his start at Looking Glass, working on Thief. Cybernethy, welcome. I'm so happy that Thief Friday is the biggest pull I've had in quite some time. That makes me happy. Mock, woohoo, woohoo, I'm the Bug Fairy. Tim, you're half right. Dorian to Mock, where are you going with that pumpkin, son? Mock, yeah, I just saved cows. Doug is Doug Church, who... I believe Doug Church also went to Valve after Looking Glass folded, and did a lot of work on Half-Life 2. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where he ended up. Just think, around November 5th, it will be tragically funny and suicidally grim no matter what. Dorian, don't you be quoting me, you scurvy landlubber. Arrgh! Randy, pirates don't say quote. Randy, it could use some paprika. Chris, paprika's the happy spice. Mock, I want to take damage, and possibly even shout when I take damage. Dorian, that can be arranged. Dorian, you know I'm wearing tights right now. Tim, Mock, you are one queer-ass freak. Mock, you know, part of me wishes that that's the first time someone's told me that this week. Mock, I don't know which flow brushes to delete. I suggest you just blast them all and let God sort them out. Mock, why don't we all just Xerox our asses and ship that? Mock, so Laura says that my ranting is environmental sound and not speech. Tim, what's that buzzing noise? Every Thief stream's basically a college reunion. True. It's crazy hearing Greg's music and audio work in Shock 1, then coming to Thief 1 where he was project leader. Well, you know, it's the history of the company is so crazy too, because if you go all the way back to the really, really old school Ultima games for Apple II by Richard Garriott, they, in order to distribute those games, they founded a publishing company called Origin Systems. And you should recognize that name, dude, because they were still called Origin when they released System Shock 1. And then Origin ended up morphing, sort of, into Looking Glass Studios. But all of those... So Origin traces all the way back to Ultima 1, which I believe was released in 1980 for the Apple II. So there's just a crazy amount of history in this company, and all of these brilliant people came in here and worked on these few really, really brilliant late 90s games before Looking Glass folded. And then they call it the Looking Glass Diaspora, because you can basically pick any one of these devs and just go follow the rest of their career, and they went on to make some of the most incredible, popular, amazing modern games. Like, these people are still doing amazing things 2 decades after this company folded. Dorian, it greatly affects one's workflow when one dies. Mock, guns don't kill people, slay events kill people. Your sis is dying from laughter. Awesome. Hi, St. Louis's sister. Nice of you to listen in. Tim, where does the player arm come from? Mock, well, there's a mommy player arm and a daddy player arm. Tim, and they both love each other very much, and the daddy player arm has a seed. Tim, you know, it may be that he finds the sound of the arrow entering his body slightly suspicious. Mock, que c'est le fréquence, Kenneth? Do I know a team of devs called New World Computing? No, I don't. Tell me about them. Doug, is map.pcx you? Mock, well, it's not identically me. Doug, well, I didn't mean it in the ismap.pcx in his office sense. Mock and Doug, you are a Newtonian grinder. Chris, I'm a what? Mock, it's like an organ grinder, but without the monkey. Oh, Cybernetic, I've heard of Heroes of Might and Magic and Might and Magic. Never played any of them, don't really know anything about them. I recognize the names. Dorian, you should have 5 servings of fruit a day. Ken, endearingly. Dorian, you're my fruit of the day. Ken is Ken Levine. Like I said, his first job was doing some writing on Thief. And then they put him... The first game they put him in charge of was System Shock 2. And then, after Looking Glass folded and the System Shock trademark went kaput, he went on to create the BioShock franchise and shepherd Irrational Games to the heights of success before he shut it down after their most acclaimed game ever. But that said, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he does with Ghost Story games, because, you know, he founded this new, much, much, much smaller studio after he closed Irrational, and there's been virtually no word on even what their first project is, but I'm very excited to see what Ken Levine does next. And I think it's awesome that the guy who would ultimately create BioShock and BioShock Infinite, his very first job in the games industry was writing for Thief. And that's him, right there, Ken Levine. Tim, we want the end game to be the climax of the mission. And you can't sustain a climax for 45 minutes. At least I can't. Doug, it may be stupid, but it's a well-oiled stupidity. Tim, it has a certain je ne sais quoi, but I don't know what it is. The management. The team bananas will be kept in my office until they ripen so that Mike doesn't eat them. Thank you. Nate, I had 4 of these, points to big cup, full of coffee today, and actually saw and spoke to God. And he likes how the project's going. Laura, my arm won't come off. Tim, It all came down to sheep. Tim to Kate. I revoke your brain. Kate, your arm's only physical when you're thinking about it. Tim, there are no licking attacks in this game. Kate, it's an unnatural thing to get back up from the dead anyway. Mock, the physics system is a harsh mistress. Randy, Dorian is literal about everything. Dorian, no I'm not. Everything is too strong a word to use. Dorian, nobody uses the word really. Tim, I know, I'm just feeling gruntled. Dorian, next thing you know, you'll be plussed. Kate, it's his butt that has the velocity. I am Nate from Licking Glass, now confirmed. My secret's revealed. Mock, yeah, I get killed all the time these days. Greg, hey, where'd the humans go? Tim, I'm very wary of the dangers of stacking objects myself. Guard, enough dancing. Dorian, more singing. Greg, there's a fine line between serenity and ennui. Mock, if you're talking about me, I didn't touch the brain. Tim, it's like fingernails on the chalkboard of your soul. Doug, in my level, I've been using a bush and a rolling pin as a lockpick. Mock, the quote list sure isn't going to help me convince my mom that I'm not gay. Awesome. Alright. Let's drop the bedroll back where we found it. Because we are trying for Supreme Ghost, let's drop our basketball back in the center of the court where we found it. Let's quietly sneak back out across the tile. Alright, Tater. I'm sorry you have to get up early on a Saturday, but I get it. I actually have to get up pretty early tomorrow, too, although, you know, I'm 2 hours behind you, so it's only 9 p.m. here, and I've got a few hours left in me, but thank you so much for stopping by. It's always great to see my wonderful, wonderful tater claws. Have a great night, doll. Hope we'll see you again soon. Alright. Just creep by here so we don't make any noise. The guy doesn't actually care, but I feel like it's good to just keep our sneaking habits intact no matter what. That wall must be very exciting. He certainly sees something in it. You know, the games industry is just so different now. It's like, I don't want to knock modern games or any kind of hipster nonsense like that, but from what I gather, and it's not like I work in the industry or anything, but the culture is just so different now, because even back in the late 90s, like, you know, they were popular and they were profitable and they made decent money, but games were still just such a oddball niche, you know what I mean? There was a lot more room for passion and creativity because they weren't this big anchor part of the mainstream culture like they've become over the last decade or so. And don't get me wrong, I'm really, really happy that you're not wearing a social scarlet letter by admitting you play video games anymore. But at the same time, something was lost when gaming became more mainstream, for sure. And it's something that I miss, that you can definitely pick up in these older games. Fapping the whole time. Alright. We were supposed to pick up all the items. Let's grab the apple and the healing potion.
Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets.
Key,
Once an
compass,
object is
apple,
displayed,
potion.
you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door.
So just a brief aside, but a reasonably important one. In OG Thief 1 and OG Thief Gold, food was useless. It was just a purely superfluous item. They changed that in Thief 2. In Thief 2, when you consume a food item, there's a 1 in 3 chance that it will restore 1 single health shield. And when you have T-Fix installed, which the GOG version of Thief 1 comes with, all of those Thief 2 changes are kind of retroactively ported back. So food is useful now, which means I'm not just going to scarf it down. Cynic, you're contributing to Skywind? That is amazing. I am so excited about Skywind. I know you're not going to do timetables or anything like that. You're not close enough and you don't want to disappoint people. I just want to know this. Is it ever actually going to exist? Is it actually going to release someday? Yes or no? That's all I want to know about Skywind. Because I guarantee, I will pretty much throw every other game out the window until I get to play a more modernized version of Morrowind.
The door is locked, but the key from the table will open it. To unlock the door, select the key in your inventory. Center the door on screen until it lights up. Then use the key on the door.
Let me refine the question a little bit. Will it come out while I'm still alive?
Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test.
Alrighty. Down we go. Lock the door behind us, because we are Supreme Ghosting. You say yes. Well, awesome. But this becomes a Supreme Ghost Bust, because I cannot both lock the door behind me and return the key to the table. So in fact, you cannot Supreme Ghost the training mission for that reason, which may surprise you, but it's true. It's not the sparring, it's not attacking the training dummy, it's this little moment right here. Bust your Supreme Ghost run every time. But we can ghost it, which we've already pretty much successfully done. Out walks level 78 High Elf with 100 in every stat, episode 2. Jake gets me. Jake gets me. Have I been keeping up with progress updates? Only the ones that are
you will learn new
only the ones that are put on YouTube. I don't go to the actual Skywind website, but I do follow the YouTube channel and I watch all the videos that get put out.
movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it. Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream. Good jump. This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up.
Hold down jump to mantle.
Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
I have 20 people watching Thief Friday. I can't remember the last time I had 20 people. This is amazing. This is such a great idea, dude. Thank you so much. Alright, so we want to shut this door behind us and just look down the hall. There is a single piece of loot in this mission, and we are going to grab it.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
50. I found other uses. uses for those skills. I'm totally going to do David Caruso with these shades. So, follow the directions of your instructor and run past the train test. Done. Thief brings all the boys to the yard. Took me 16 minutes and 22 seconds. Alright, let's continue. Oh my god, Jake, thank you for the sub! I appreciate that so much. So much. You have no idea. Twitch Prime, you get to burn 1 sub and you've used it on me. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. The most promising acolyte left us, not out of the lesser folly of sentiment, but the greater folly of anger. His heart was clouded and his balance was lost, but his abilities were unmatched. Even then, we knew to watch him most carefully. Keeper Annals.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary.
These are the best briefing scenes ever.
The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in, around to the side, more out of the way. 1 guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter. Silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is. It's time to begin.
I fucking love this game. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. You know, it's funny because I trace back over the last 22 years of my life, and I actually probably do replay this game once a year. Stephen Russell's voice as Garrett is just so good, too. Alright. Karis, that's almost right. Hey! I'm going down to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with? Couldn't pay me enough. Lord Bafford's Manor, difficulty expert. Sneak into Lord Bafford's Manor and case the place. The well house in back is your best bet if you can get the key from the guard. Blackjacking or pickpocketing him would be quietest. Find Lord Bafford's prized jeweled scepter and redistribute it to yourself. Try to do it without causing too much commotion. In addition to pinching the scepter, steal 700 worth of valuables while you're in the manor. Don't kill anyone. I guess Tater's already gone, since he wanted to know if it was bloody or clean hands. Clean hands because of this. Don't kill anyone while you do the job. No servants, no guards, no pets, no one. Once you've achieved your other objectives, get out of the manor house and back to the city streets. This is where you have the opportunity to buy gear. But, as I mentioned, when you're supreme ghosting, you don't get to buy gear. After all, you don't want to show anybody your face. You don't want to go into a store and let some shopkeepers see who you are. So, we will get the little descriptions of each of the items, though. Sword. In addition to putting holes in the enemy, a sword can block a foe's attack. Blackjack. This weapon will knock out an unsuspecting target with little noise and no blood. Plus, I like to think that if I don't go shopping, I like to think Garrett is putting that money into his savings account so he can actually retire someday. Healing potion. This potion restores lost health. Water arrow. The water arrow does not do any damage, but it douses torches and other burning objects. Broadhead arrow. This is a sharp arrow. Play mission. Alright, here we go. First real mission, boys. Oh, it takes you back, doesn't it?
Hey, I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with? Couldn't pay me enough. What? You soft belly. The bears have got these new muzzles with underslung cheek spikes. Last time I was there was a real eye gouging. Nah. It makes me sick. When I was a kid. Huh. Surprised you're even in this job.
Ooh, the blood, it just turns my poor tummy.
Shut up, you taffer. You want blood? You should have been there years ago. Tell you, the bears then, they were something to see. Those bears, they didn't need no cheek spikes and razor collars and paw hooks and all that knifery you straps to them now. No paw hooks? What'd they do? Just bump into each other? Ha! Nah. The bears back then, they had claws as long as your finger and wicked teeth. Bears, you're duffing me. They look pretty mangy harmless, long as they're not wearing harness. That's why I can't stand the pits now. You don't know what you missed. They just don't make bears like they used to. Whoa! Killer bears! Would have liked to see that.
They just don't make bears like they used to. We can get by these guys without any commentary, which is what we're after. Let's check our map. We haven't done that yet. We also haven't checked our simplified objectives, so we'll do both of those things right quick. So we've got a pretty detailed map of the Bafford Manor. Front entrance, heavily guarded. Do not try frontal assault. At least 5 guards, that's what the red X's are. Watch for interior patrols. Arrow cache, pick up and route. Interior courtyard, pool, to 2nd floor, exit to street, to 2nd floor, basement, 1 guard, well, basement entrance, well leads to basement via waterway, Bafford Mansion, 1st floor. Bafford Mansion, 2nd floor. Watch for interior patrols, to 1st floor, throne room, scepter, and the objective text changes between the briefing and when you're actually playing. So our simplified objectives are as follows. Difficulty expert, of course. Who do you think I am? Sneak into Lord Bafford's manor, ideally by blackjacking or pickpocketing the well house guard for his key and case the place. Steal the jeweled scepter with as little notice as possible. Grab 700 in loot while you're in the manor. Don't kill anyone. Return to the city streets. Alrighty.
Too much coffee this morning. 20 years ago.
Let's go snag the arrow cache. It's tucked away right in this little archway right here. Broadheads and water arrows. Really? I played Thief in software mode, and I can tell you I have no nostalgia for that. It was clunky and slow, and it looked even more like ass than the standard Dark Engine does. I'm amazed there are people who are nostalgic for that, but good for them, I suppose. Alright, now, this is your first... This is the first thing that sucks in Supreme Ghost mode. Your first piece of loot, your first real one, on the ground here, this tiara. I'm going to turn auto-equip on just so we can see our loot count when we pick it up. So that was worth 200. So this is one of the very first pretty difficult Supreme Ghost items, because you have to hit that switch. Well, but first let's open the gate, because that's easy. No, equipment does not. What you have to pull off is shut the gate, shut the door, and get through it so it closes behind you. That was miles too slow. So you have to find like the exact spot where Garrett can lean around the door. For realsies. That's the wise place to make your save. Miles too slow. But we're in the right spot. Closer. It's not going to take me that long, I don't think. Boom. Skadoosh. Now there is a patrol up here, so we got to be a little bit careful. Now, we bust Supreme here. Because we have two choices. We can return the key and leave the door unlocked. Or we can, well, hold on. No. Maybe I can beat this. Wait for the patroller to turn around. Because, yeah, I can do this. I can lock the door while it's open. Because he's drunk, I can drop his key next to him. I can close the locked door behind me. Oh, Supreme is intact. Hello. Down we go. I have not played the Gloomwood demo yet, Rednar. I have heard a lot of people say it's a pretty rough around the edges, unpolished, but very obviously Thief-inspired. Oh yeah, we got spooters. No, I want to get that ring. In order to Supreme it, we gotta bring some crates. I am an ecumenical council. I mean, dude, I feel like you've watched my original YouTube playthrough. You know how this rolls. It's not that bad.
Inside at last.
It's not that bad, but it does take some effort and some tries. Solving disputes between dogmatic theoretical currents. I mean, I don't solve any disputes. I just decide what I think is right and go with it. I don't think I've ever convinced anyone on any one side of a dispute about the ghost rules. The nice thing about this surface is it's completely quiet. So, this gets back, Cynic, if you're still here. An honest-to-God glitch is that unalerted spiders see out of their butts instead of their faces. Their vision cone is just literally in completely the wrong direction. But when they get alerted, it's suddenly fixed, and they start seeing out of their faces again. But this isn't too hard to do, and we can put the crates back, and we can avoid even a first alert from these friggin' spooters. It requires 2 crates and a bit of fine-tuning, so I'm gonna just go ahead and bring the second crate, and then we'll really start worrying. I am not going to do the Crag's Cleft wait because... Ridnar, I appreciate that you know about that. It's kind of my claim to fame. Nobody alerted. Alright, good. It's just funny to me, like, there's so many people who know me as that motherfucker who waited 12 hours in Crag's Cleft. Yeah, it me. But, if you're trying to Supreme Ghost, which I am trying to do, then, taking advantage of Dark Engine glitches is not allowed. And the way that NPCs fidget over the course of several hours is very clearly a Dark Engine glitch. So it's actually a bust of Supreme, not Ghost, but Supreme Ghost. It's a bust to take advantage of a Dark Engine glitch. So I am not going to do that. I am certainly not going to subject people to a 12-hour live stream of camping in a corner waiting for some dudes to move. I haven't quite made up my mind yet whether I'm going to skip the hammer or if I'm just going to make noise to distract them. Huh. I could do Twitch things during the 12-hour wait. I could off-screen the 12-hour wait. I don't have to live stream it. That's certainly true. Oh, balls. I think I might have placed that one just a hair too far forward. Because the idea is to mantle onto it with the other one in hand. Oh, eat shit. Biatch! Okay, there we go. Made the first one. You always choose loot over ghost. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's fair, and that's probably what I'll do too. To be perfectly honest. Bollocks.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
Absolutely. Well, let's close that chest. Yeah, Cynic, of course the line sometimes gets blurry, but I don't think NPC fidgeting in the Dark Engine is one of those cases where it's blurry. I think if you're talking about that gold hammer in Crag's Cleft, it is very, very clear that the devs intended that those two NPCs just be there in the way. Right. And the fact that bugs in the engine allow you to manipulate your way around that doesn't change that. It could be. Could be, dude. I'm fascinated that you have that discipline, Jake. And I only say that because my flavor of OCD pretty much demands that all the numbers be full. So even if it means, oh yeah, I busted Ghost, couldn't do it. I got to have all the loot and all the pickpockets. You know, when it shows me those end of mission statistics, I gotta have everything, or else I'm highly dissatisfied. But the nice thing about Bafford's is it is possible to perfect Supreme. We're good so far. And we will remain good. It will require a degree of save scumming you're honestly probably used to from me. But we will pull this off. Oh my. Oh, I've become hung on the wall. Oh, but I freed myself. I will not have to reload. Praise the FSM. Alrighty. 350 loot. 350. I'm gonna need about 350. Get your own 350. You damn Loch Ness monster. $350. We'll need about $350. I know I already said it, but I'm just gonna say it again. I am so happy that getting back to my roots, playing Thief, something I've already played so many times, is the most views I've had probably since I came back. You guys are awesome. Okie doke. Blame the wife for constantly giving the monster the tree fitty. I'm gonna make a hard save here because Supreme is intact. We've got everything so far. I feel like the spiders are the hardest thing to pull off when you're trying to Supreme Baffords, and it's done.
What do you mean? What's wrong with us?
Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking we should watch the outsides more.
That's stupid. People to worry about there on the inside.
No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer.
Oh!
Good old Betty. There's a healing potion in here, as I recall. Yep. You can trust my recollections about Thief, by the way. That guy goes that way, this guy goes this way. Stay quiet and follow him. That's how we do. Oh my gosh. My phone's blowing up. Give me a minute to check this nonsense out while homie gets into position, as it were. I know he's already in place, so I'll get back to it in just a second. I do apologize. Shaboomy. Okay. Away we go. You know, Ridnar, you're right. Thief is just magical. I feel sorry for people who haven't played it. Tree Fitty. Goddamn Loch Ness monster. Okay, so the only way to perfect supreme this, there's not loot here. There's a flash bomb and an apple. Both of those are valuable equipment. So you don't even have to bust supreme in order to get it. But if you want the flash bombs and the apple, you do have to nudge the guard, which busts supreme. I am more obsessed with collecting everything, so I'm going to accept this supreme bust. I am going to nudge Benny away. Dark engine glitch, supreme bust. I know, I'm a bad person. But I just got to have everything. Ghost is still intact, just not supreme. Yeah, I'm nudging him. So Supreme's gone. Come on, Benny, move that ass. Move your bloomin' arse. He's moving. Look how far we've come. Like, nudging isn't even that slow. Like, if you actively nudge an NPC. We got the flash bomb. But I want the apple. So we gotta move it even farther. You can see he's already moved like 3 feet from the door where he stopped. He's being really cooperative. Yeah, he is, isn't he? The Mead stay in Sheriff Truart's estate. Fucking Sheriff Truart. Oh, I hate that guy. I'm so glad he dies. Spoiler alert. Sheriff Truart's a twat waffle. Alright, St. Louis. I am really glad that you could come in and catch some Thief on Friday night. I'm gonna, like I said, Thief Fridays, they're gonna become a thing. It won't happen next Friday. I'm gonna be on vacation at Lake Michigan with my cousins, starting Monday and extending through the following Wednesday. But, you know, when I'm not on vacay, or busy with work, or whatever else might disrupt streams, Thief Fridays are going to be a thing. I'm really excited about it. Seems like a lot of other people are too. No, Ridnar, this is a glitch. I don't know if you stepped out or not, but I kind of explained that my obsession with getting stuff is such that I'm going to bust Supreme Ghost and use a Dark Engine glitch in order to get all of the equipment. Now, you don't gotta worry. Being out's fine, but yeah, I already, like, when we got to this door, I talked about, explained, and made the decision that my particular obsession is getting everything. And that trumps successfully Supreme Ghosting, so. Well, I'm not just risking the rules, I'm breaking the rules. Supreme Ghost is done. I think we can still ghost it. I think we can perfect thief it. Yeah, Jake, that's I'm not sure how many people are actually familiar with Norwegian Thief, but that's actually what I'm doing. Of course, when Thief 2 rules are retroactively applied to Thief 1, food becomes equipment. And so Norwegian Thief isn't exactly still a thing.
Who's there? Who?
Okay, we ain't doing that. Garrett does gotta eat. I don't want him spending his money on food when he can just steal it. I want him to hoard all the dollars. Because, you know, by the time we get to Thief 3, Garrett's apartment is pretty nice.
Who's there?
I want to make sure he can afford it. Well, a lot of the junk doesn't go into your actual inventory. Like, I'm pausing because this is a bit of an interesting discussion. If you're super into esoteric thief ghosting rules, which I surmise most of you are, the overwhelming majority of quote-unquote useless junk in the game doesn't even go into your inventory. You know, it doesn't slot into that lower right corner of the screen where you can cycle through items you own. You pick up a junk item and it stays in the center, and you can't do anything else until you drop it somewhere. Norwegian Thief was born out of the simple fact that in Thief 1, kind of the exception to this was that food was useless, but it still slotted into your inventory. So Norwegian Thief was the idea that you needed to steal all the food even though it was useless. But when you're playing Thief 1 with T-Fix, food's not useless anymore. It's an equipment item because it can heal you, like it could in Thief 2, which makes Norwegian Thief kind of redundant, because food was pretty much the only thing you could actually pick up that went into your inventory but was completely useless. And they kind of fixed that in Thief 2. But it's still really interesting, and I like and subscribe to the idea of picking up everything you can actually pick up. Just keep on nudging our boy. We gotta be close to getting that apple now. Ishwood, good morning. It's mid-evening here. It's 10 till 10 where I am, but I know you're in the UK, which makes it way too fucking early to be awake on a Saturday. It's like 10 till 5, right? 10 to 6. Why in blazes are you up that early on a Saturday? Not that I'm unhappy to have you here. I'm thrilled you're in my stream, but oh my, why are you up so early? Hope Benny doesn't have COVID. Yes, indeed. Still not in range. Keep nudging Benny. Drinking my gallon of coffee. The array of time zones here is amazing. I am approaching bedtime in 1 or 2 hours. I got people who just woke up ridiculously early, and apparently I got somebody who's just about to have lunch. That's pretty much the 3 possibilities, right? Either ending the day, starting the day, or right in the middle of it. I have to say, I'm pleased that I have the geographic reach to get all 3 categories in one stream at the same time. Ishwood, the job interview went really well. It was, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it was pretty much a home run. Like I'm leaving on vacation on Monday and gone for 10 days. They already asked me to come do a second interview when I get back, and the lead partner in the firm even said, when we come back for this second interview, I just need you to... Oh, I saw the Apple highlight. We might be done. The lead partner at this firm actually said, think about how much money it's gonna take to convince you to come here, because we're gonna have that conversation in the second interview. I friggin' saw the Apple highlight. I ought to be able to do this.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, balls. Too bold. Boom. We got to Apple. Sort of. It's a bit broader than what I've done in the past, Ishwood. So the legal industry is super, super specialized, just like the medical industry and most other professions. So my specialty is patent litigation. This job is more general civil litigation, so I'll be doing things like construction law and employment disputes and insurance disputes, assuming I get the job, obviously. So I'll kind of be broadening my horizons, but I feel confident about my chances because, not bragging, but just like spitting facts, at least in the US, patent litigation is the most difficult and most complex kind of litigation there is. And lawyers who specialize in other things, they might resent that, but they know it's true. And so if you're a patent lit specialist, people understand that you can very, very quickly get up to speed on other areas of the law. So if I get offered and then take this job, I will be making about the same money I did as at my job before I got laid off. I will have a slightly smaller billable hours requirement, which is great. And I'll be engaged in much broader practice. 305. Oh yes, the vase. So it's not a perfect job. It's a smaller firm than my old job was. They don't really have the caliber clients I was working with before, because at the job I got laid off from, I was representing Apple and Broadcom and Amazon and Facebook and Google. Like, those were my clients, and it was amazing. And this regional mid-sized firm, they don't have that kind of pull. So it's kind of a downgrade in terms of status, but considering that I have been laid off and my severance runs out on the 1st of September, just getting something I can do under me is going to be such a huge relief. And, you know, I can spend some time here, I can learn some new law, I can do this job, and then when COVID does end, and when the economy does pick back up, I'm hoping I can leverage my way back into a job more on the level of my old one. But that being said, September 1st is like my deadline. that's when my severance runs out. That's when I stop getting paychecks unless I find something new. And so I am very, very happy that there is a firm who's willing to pay me similar money that is interested in my skill set, even if it's not ideal. In this world, that's just thrilling. So we rolling. 305. Oh look, we've made it to the first floor. We're out of the basement. Poggers! We snuck into the manor. Poggers! Let's roll. So we go right. What happened? Well, left. Now it's right. What do we run into on this end? I will tell you the answer is guards. This is a bad way to go. You got a drunk guard there. If you're not ghosting, he's very easy to knock out. But if you are ghosting, there is simply no way to get around him without getting at least a first alert. What's this door, you ask? It's an interesting one. Call it an alt route into the kitchen through the storage rooms. So you also got storage rooms here. Nothing useful in them. And then here, you get spit out in the kind of a side of the main hall. The drunk guard we saw earlier is down there. Here's an alarmingly tile-floored room with a pool in the middle of things. This is not the right direction to go. It's kind of what I'm getting at. Let's head this direction. Itchwood, that's great news. I'm glad the people buying you out are going to keep you on board. Well, I mean, I don't want to get too excited if you don't think it's good news, but it sounds like good news that you found a buyer and they want to keep you on board. Is that good news? It sounds like good news. But I want to make sure it is before I commit to a stream celebration, as it were. Now we got live people in this room. Let's try not getting noticed, if possible. Now let's deal with the kitchen. Hey, friend. So, oddly enough, he won't notice us literally stealing shit right off the table in front of him. Call it 1998. Got all that food. Get the gold vase. We up to 405. Get the food on this table. Now this is another tricky thing to handle. It's not as bad as the spiders, but it's tough. Cedric, please speak to Cook about last night's dinner. While technically the menu conformed to my instructions, I suspect that the lamb was somewhat older than this Springs, and I am in no way fooled by his practice of warming the salad to disguise wilting. If Cook is incapable of finding adequate ingredients, he can be replaced. And if he offers those same excuses about the stone market shortages, please remind him that the grocery budget is a good 50% above last year's figures, and even he should be able to procure adequate victuals at those prices. Lord Bafford. Oh, eat shit. Alright, the servant is jumpy. Let's crouch. Let's cross over.
What's that in the shadow there?
Fuck you. Don't you first alert me, biatch. We're totally glitching the engine here, but that's fine.
What's that in the
Fuck off. Still nothing. You mean after I pass the pipe, right? Whole sink. We reached the deer leg, but we got 2 pieces of cheese. Alex, all of the songs in Twitch Sings are licensed, like, through Twitch Sings. You can't necessarily do them through any other platform.
What's that? Help!
Oh, fuck off. Still nothing? We got it all! Fuck you, buddy. Still nothing. Kiris, are you still surprised I know my shit when it comes to Thief? Come on. Parts of my streams get muted because of copyright infringements. That should not happen if I'm doing Twitch Sings. Are you telling me some of my Twitch Sings stuff has gotten muted for copyright infringement? Because that's just batshit crazy and totally wrong. Well, they clearly have some bugs to work out. That's definitely on their end because they're selling themselves as having all the necessary rights. That's just frigging bizarre, I'm not gonna lie. Okie dokie. Kitchen is clear, friends! I just got 18,000 text messages. Supreme is gone because we nudged the guard, but Ghost is intact. I'm gonna make a hard save here. I'm gonna deal with these text messages. It shouldn't take too long. I'll be right back. Oh, how quaint. Somebody thinks I'm still Mormon. I haven't talked to them in a long time, obviously. Alrighty. This hallway. Fucking hell. Let's go fast. Let's get in the shadow. Balls. Alright, nope. We are going to have to wait for him to come and leave. What's nice is, even in Thief 1, you can lean against the door and hear what the guards on the other side are up to. We just gotta wait till Homeboy leaves. Or at least turns his back. Which is happening now. His footsteps are quieter. Hey, asshole. Alright. So just so we can see everything, I'll show you this room. We have this empty room, which leads back to the kitchen. There's absolutely no reason to actually go in there. And if you look here, we're on the other side of that pool we saw before. That guy's gonna... Homie's gonna turn around. We've got a great shadow right here where we can pause. See what this guy wants to do. I guess that's his route. Okay. Come up into this room. No exit, no goodies. But don't say we didn't explore it. We did. Fuck, let's peek in the pool room right quick. We've seen both sides of it. Oh look, there's nothing here either. So we get into this little side hallway where there's also basically nothing. Here's a note. To all staff, the Sir will be taking his dinner and evening out tonight, so domestics and manservants have the night free. Housekeep is still expected to finish the quarters and the general polish. The house guard is not to find this an opportunity to shirk, and lapses will be brought up with the Sir, Cedric. Alright, so first thing is, let's check this hole, see where it goes. My gird.
What was that?
This is the front entrance.
There now.
It's a magnificent ghost bust on a lot of levels.
No, stopped.
Just notice this is the very heavily guarded front entrance. So now you know what's there. So next, let's hit this. This is a route upstairs. We come to this room, another gold vase, 505, more food. This is Garrett's version of takeout. Another vase, 605. We can access the second floor from here, but I prefer to finish clearing the first floor first. Let's go back down. Well, hey, friendo. I got a dude coming this way, so I'm gonna wait on him. Alright, Ish. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great shower. Have a great morning. Have a great day. It's always so good to see you. And now he goes away into that room. I want to hit this one. I want to be quiet about it. If you check the other door, it's another way out into the front hall. In this room, there's a purple goblet. Takes our loot to 620. Alright, let's follow that guy through this door. We just saw him close the one on the other side of the hall, so we theoretically have a bit of time. If we check out this one, there's a gold plate and a gold vase, or a green vase. Takes us to 720 total loot, which, holla, completes an objective. 700 in loot. I think we can wait for him to come through here on his way back on his patrol, and that's what I'm gonna do. Here he comes. One hopes we're adequately hidden here. I think we are. Yep. Bye-bye, dude. It does not mean all patrols are handled. But if you want to peek around here, this is the other side of that pool room. This is this storage area we saw earlier. That's the drunk guard we saw before. He spotted me, so I need to reload. Got a room with food here. Wait, what? Wow. That is a very productive, perceptive drunk guard. Okay. This is an exit back to the streets. We're not done here, but it's good to know where it is. This is the other way back into the front room, where I can assure you there's nothing we care about. This is another little side room with some loot. Specifically a stack of silver coins. Takes us to 732. This door, also the front hall. Know where we want to go. So now what we actually want to do is make our way to the second floor. We're clear now. So let's grab this bottle of wine out of the chest. And I will simply tell you, because I know the game this well, there's a patroller who will come down to this room, and we want to follow him upstairs so he doesn't wind up spotting us. You can hear it right now. And there he gives us his backside. So let's just follow him. This room is empty, but we do have tile floors, so we have to go very slowly. There's Omi. That's the direction I want to go. But we should go explore what's over there first. No, he doesn't think we're actually on the second floor yet. Spoiler alert, we are. Oh, hello. Can I hide here? Oh, fuck yes, I can. That is what I'm talking about. Alright, so we go this way. There's just an empty room. I made noise on the tile. You look in here. You got guards. But if you go past this... Well, I saved after a first alert. That's a Supreme bust, but we already busted Supreme by doing nudging, so I'm not that upset.
Who goes there?
This is your central stair down to the front room, just so you're aware of what's happening on the map. Let's roll up here. We got chests. Empty. Carrot. Loaf. Coins! Fat loot. That's what we're about. It's always what we're about. Dinero. Monies. Fuck off. Bad timing.
Hello? Show yourself.
Terrible timing. Alright, let's wait this cycle out. Let's try now.
See that there?
Balls! Just gotta listen, Travis. Don't get impatient. Here we go. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? There we go. There we go. Alright. Bye. Okay. Let's scope out the garden right quick. There is a secret passage here, but it requires you to destroy a banner. And destruction of property is considered a ghost bust, so we're not going to do it. Let's just explore the map. We got a balcony over the pool here. Same thing here, although we could actually dive into the pool from there if we were so inclined. Same pool balcony on this side. on this side of the garden is pretty much identical in appearance. From the center of the garden on either side is a mid-level view of the pool. Clearly nothing useful if you're not going to slash banners.
I wonder if he reads them or if it's just for show.
Come on, Gary, you know the answer. Do you really think Lord Bafford reads books? Of course the library is just for show. Come on, man. Alright, Papyrus. Milordy Bafford, speaks he sell to Ginny, did you bid? Drek Boone, the Hammerhearts have been afoot, a skulk, a ferreting about, grabbing many a one to vanish in the cold stone down below their forgy chained cells. Tooks they your dealer Tarkis in their clutches night past, and 2 patrons as well, named of Lisal and Ryan, scooped up as they left, and these not the first, cries Ginny. Little wonder then if Drek Boone grows sparse come these days. Of course, the lack of blame to one hand, but I gave Ginny a firm understandsy, blood and doom in the whole book, so he'll be learning him and all he can about how to turn the hammers off him, never you fear. About your Victoria, nothing yet. Walks she an inch above the ground, for all the dirt of her footprints have I found. Dominic. Victoria. Victoria. You who know. There's a tiara on a table here, and another little book to read. I'm gonna finish my massive coffee. BRB. Alrighty then. Lord Bafford. A recent delivery of antiquities from Bone contains several items which we felt might be of interest to you. Descriptions follow, but you are welcome to drop by our shop to examine them or our other goods in person. An ornamental scepter, 3 feet in length. The body of the stave is weirwood, carved in the star and dot pattern. 6 inches of the ferrule and 5 inches of the grip are bound with burnished copper overlaid by an ink and glaze craquedaire varnish. Wow, that was a burp. Excuse me. The crowning feature of this magnificent piece, however, is the 6-inch teardrop cut cloudstone, one of the finest of its type we have seen. A treasure box of 2 feet by 3 feet of silver birchwood. The lid is of inlaid pearline and onyx in a maze pattern carved into the wood. The feet are lion paws, each clutching a crystal globe. The inside of the box contains 2 principal compartments, one with glass shelves and one without. Beneath the compartments is a lockable 2-inch false bottom for your most valuable treasures, Grimworth and De Perrin, fine antiquities and precious relics. My greatest love. Probably alerted Bafford and he's not even home. I don't know if I've done that yet. He's got to get home and notice that everything worth anything in his house is missing. That's when he notices. Oh, fuck off. Bad timing. Is he gonna notice the door? He's not. I can skip that reload, thank God. Here's a fun part of this mission. You got 2 guys patrolling a ring around this hallway. They both have keys you need to pickpocket. You need to hold on to at least one of them in order to unlock the doors, because you don't have your pickpockets. You don't have your lockpicks until mission 4. So we got it. Leave it on his patrol route. Homie will think it just fell off his belt. Because we ghosted, son. How many people get fired or lashed after Garrett passes through? You're talking about Victorian era nobles? The answer is a lot. Alright, I need to use this one for a time. It's Lord Bafford's bedroom! Oh my god. We got fat loot here. This is a tiara. 4 stacks of silver coins. 1167. Out fucking standing.
Who's noising about then?
Oh, fuck me. Alright, we gotta wait. Listen. Put an ear to the door. When they hear him turn and hit the tile going away. We're there. Alright. At some point you gotta make the gambit to get to this side of the second floor. I choose now. Hey, fuckers. So at this point, I feel it's fairly imperative to note that the center room has a giant bathtub that has literally nothing useful. So it is not a room you need to worry about. Where's this little room? Here on the west side, there's utility here. Yeah, I want to get into this room. It matters. True, dude, but what's funny is drowning guards, if you're on expert, drowning a guard fails your don't kill anyone objective. True facts. Fine wine in the chest, up to 1217. One of those keys here. Let's pick it up and let's drop it, because Supreme, even though we already busted it, we're still going to do everything we can, says leave things where you find them. March 24, 34. 2340. I don't really care about the numbers. I'm going to say positive or negative. Positive, cash pits, Sunny Fair. Positive, interest payments, Sunny Fair. Negative, Ramirez, Sunny Fair. Negative, girls shopping trips, Sunny Fair. Positive, cash pits and dealer take, direct boon. Positive, interest payments, direct boon. Negative, Ramirez, direct boon. Let me refine it even further. Profit or cost? Profit, Cash Pits, Liquor Neck, Fendon. Profit, interest payments, Fendon. Cost, Ramirez, Fendon. Net profit, 7942. April 3rd, 34. Profit, Cash Pit, Sunnyfair. Profit, interest payments, Sunnyfair. Cost, Ramirez, Sunnyfair. Profit, Cash Pits and Dealer Take, Direct Boon. Profit, interest payments, Direct Boon. Cost, Ramirez, Direct Boon. Cost, Ramirez, Debtor Assist. Profit, Cash Pits, Liquor Net, Fendon. Profit, interest payments, Fendon. Cost, Ramirez, Fendon. Net profit, 7230. For 1034. Profit, Cash Pit, Sunnyfair. Profit, interest payments, Sunnyfair. Cost, Ramirez, Sunnyfair. Cost, tokens, Sunnyfair Guard. Profit, Cash Pits and Dealer Take, Direct Boon. Notice it's small, relative. Profit, interest payments, Direct Boon. Cost, Ramirez, Direct Boon. Cost, token, Direct Boon Guard. Profit, Cash Pits, Liquor Net, Fendon. Profit, interest payments, Fendon. Cost, Ramirez, Fendon. Cost, token, Fendon Guard. Net profit, 5788. What the hell is going on with Direct Boon? Even if Ginny's grafting, he damn well ought to be more subtle than this. If it's not turned around in another week, toss it up to Ramirez as breach. Alright. So, Lord Bafford clearly has some underworld dealings. Three, specifically, Sunnyfair, Direct Boon, and Fendon. Sunnyfair and Fendon are making him boatloads of cash. Direct Boon is suffering. If we connect that back to the earlier note we found, it suggests the Hammerites are on to Direct Boon. And that is the source of the problem.
Who's there?
Ramirez ain't so sure. Bafford ain't so sure. What is a cash pit? I'm gonna give an honest answer. I have no idea what the fuck a cash pit is. Any of you 16 fine people sticking with me here on a 22-year-old game? Go and get the scepter. Throne room is here.
Who's there?
Oh, fuck off. I ain't tolerating your first alert bullshit. Even if I already busted Supreme. I don't care. Nico, that's a complicated answer. There is ghosting, and there is supreme ghosting. I have failed Supreme Ghost already on a few occasions. Supreme Ghost says you cannot utilize Dark Engine glitches, which I already did. Supreme Ghost says you can't have even a first level alert, which is, someone there, before they start searching. Those bust Supreme. Ghost, I say basic, but even ghosting is still hard. Ghost says first alerts are acceptable, but if they start searching, it's a bust. So I have broken Supreme Ghost already. Ghost is still intact. And I intend to keep it that way. Supreme demands you not alter the environment in any way. Return everything to its initial state. Oh, fuck off. I won't take your first alert. Turn yo ass. Well, that isn't where I wanted you to turn. Alright.
What's there?
Oh, fuck off. Stay on the carpet. Especially when you're jumping. Garrett. Oh, shit.
Sir?
Fuck! And the thing is, it's randomized, so it's not like he's going to do the same thing this time. But maybe he will. Get his key.
Who's there? Who?
Balls! Fucked up. Made a noise. I'll save here. Because whichever way he ends up turning when the RNG finally kicks in, I can go the other way. Please stay there as long as you stayed in your last position. That's all I can ask.
Who's there?
Fuck! Oh,
There's
balls.
an...
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
Very is the answer. There we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Steal the jeweled scepter with as little notice as possible. Complete. Where you at, bro? Oh. Alright. I don't really give a shit which one. I just need you to turn. Oh, you boys. You're after my heart. I think I'm probably going to end Inaugural Thief Friday after Bafford is done. Mostly because I'm getting sleepy. I am so happy that this has been...
Don't move!
Eat shit, fuckstick. I am so happy that this has been such a smashing success. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love that Thief has this kind of popularity in 2020. I was like, play relevant games. I was like, but... Oh, balls! I fucked up! I was like, but... with a very few exceptions, quote-unquote relevant games just suck so much. Alright, we clear. We made it happen.
Did that shot? We've gotten it!
Oh, balls. Okay, let's wait literally 3 seconds longer. Thief is where it's at. I will never disagree with that assessment of my very favorite games of all time. I'd be crazy to do that. Wait, no, I shouldn't have dropped both. I still need one.
What was that noise?
Oh, maybe I don't. Fuck off. Who even heard that? Well, hey, bro. Can you kindly pass me by? You can. Excellent. Okay, we're done with these keys. Let's drop them both on the patrol path before I forget. Special dining room, 2 bottles of fine wine. We up to 1317 loot, friendos. I mean, clearly
Someone's been tapping through here.
What? Okay, someone noticed the open door.
Someone there?
Balls.
What I see there?
You saw nothing! Bitch! Not 30. 15, Alex. Don't exaggerate my fail sauce. Alrighty. Fuck is this door doing open? Guess it doesn't matter, but you do have the most insidiously hidden ring in this mission. Right here. 1417. Alright, he noticed shit. We can't just roll out. We're gonna have to listen through the door till he turns his ass around and gives us space. I think he turned away. One hopes. I think he's over in the garden. He is. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. I done fucked up. Let him get his... Oh, no! Oh, no. Bad, bad, bad. I mean, Supreme is already busted, so I can tolerate a first alert. No, Nico, I haven't played Gloomwood yet. I have heard all of the rave, amazing reviews about it from Thief fans. I look forward to streaming it, but I have not yet tried it. Fuck you. Like, seriously. Trying to finish mission 1. Let me just wait a second. So he's gone.
Over there.
Okay, maybe I need to wait 3 seconds. Right. Oh, for fuck's sake. Speed up, asswipe. Okay. Now we're good to go up. $14.29. I think that's max loot for this mission. We'll see. Let me make an anchor save here just so I can reload if that is not in fact full loot. Because at the moment we busted Supreme, but we are still intact on Perfect Thief. Fuck you. $14.29 is the max? Okay, good. I thought so. Oh, fuck me. That's not a good situation. That's not a good situation ever. My guard patrol passed.
Thought I saw something.
No! Lighting looks identical across this entire staircase. But right now I'm in a totally dark shadow, so I'm just gonna park here. Until homeboy goes by. Oh, fuck. Homeboy went by with 0 comments. That's what you like to see. That's how we stealth, boys. LOL. Alright, fuckers. Who's out? Who's out here? No one. Perfect. To the streets! Open it. Close it and run through. Why? I said I put on goal notification. Whatever. It's not working right. Doesn't matter. Mission complete. All is done. Let's look at our stats. Took me 1 hour, 1 minute, and 15 seconds. I did find 1429 loot out of 1429. I did pick 4 pockets out of 4. I did no damage. I took no damage. I took no healing. I killed nothing. We pulled off perfect thief. We did not pull off perfect supreme. That's okay. Let me make an anchor save here, because I kind of want to be done, because I'm sleepy, and I want to, when I do Crag's Cleft 2 weeks from now, I want to include the briefing in that stream. So we're just gonna stop here after the tutorial and the first mission, and I have got to say right now, double-digit views for Thief, the entirety of a stream, 22 years later. You guys are awesome. Thank you so fucking much. Let me fire up Twitch and see who we're gonna raid. In the meantime, I'll give my spiel. If you're here with me live on Twitch, I need you to know I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you give me your time, which is anyone's most valuable resource. If you're watching later on YouTube, I know it can be difficult to catch me live. Not because I'm irregular, because anyone's schedules are weird. It's just because schedules don't often align. But I do hope you will join our Discord. The link to do so is in the Twitch channel description. It's in the YouTube video description. The Discord is the most reliable source for my schedule. I try to keep the Streamlabs extension on the channel page pretty current. Well, I try to keep it current, but things change. The Discord, I can just tell you, is the most reliable way to see whether or not I'm live, see what I'm playing, see what I'm planning. It's also just a really cool community of people who love the same kind of games you do. So, my next stream is going to be tomorrow, late afternoon, evening-ish. I'm going to kick off the Alien Isolation DLC, starting with Crew Expendable. So I hope you can make it for that. For tonight, I'm in double digits, which I'm not really used to, particularly on an evening stream. Let me look at who's live and see who we should raid. I think we should raid Navy. She is somehow doing a blind run of Skyrim in 2020. I think some of you have seen her before, come in on the raid before, but we are going to raid Navy. For the raid message, use Tarvis Skeptic if you have it. I like my face. And for the raid message, let's go with blind guy. Let's go with Todd Howard is once again asking you to buy Skyrim. Let's go with that. So use that, throw in Tarvis Skeptic if you have it, and let's go raid Navy. She's fun, she's cool, and she is somehow playing Skyrim blind 9 years later.